is the day we show off a Zenith for the first time ever on the channel. And it's awesome. Let's get into it. Yes, and welcome to the Man Watch Collector Show. And today is another in a long line I like to call Buying at BQ. They are the #1 place to buy or sell your luxury watch in 2026. And with a 14-day money-back guarantee, 2 years warranty on any watch purchase, and the #1 rating on Trustpilot, there really is nowhere else to do your business than with BQ. And over the last couple of years, I've tried to show off the best of the best, rummaging through the BQ treasure trove in order to show you some darn good watches. And today, I've got a cracker for you. Today's watch is a Zenith, and their contribution to the watch industry over decades is very huge. But I guess what they're most known for is the El Primero, being one of the brands to bring in an automatic chronograph to the watch market. That was back in 1969, and might I add, they did it with a 5 hertz movement. However, during that time, the quartz revolution was on the horizon, and the owners of Zenith at that time pretty much gave up on the El Primero movement after a couple of years. But in an act of passion and, well, pretty much desperation, Charles Vermeau, who was a watchmaker at Zenith and had a key part in developing the El Primero movement, saved and hid all the parts, machinery, and documentation of that caliber to hope one day they could revive this great machine. And in 1984, Zenith were taken over by some new owners, and they wanted to bring back the El Primero. And for anyone that knows their Rolex history, that caliber movement was used in Rolex Daytonas for at least a decade before they decided to develop their own automatic chronographs. Zenith had their 50th anniversary of this historic movement, and they brought out an incredible reissue of the A384. Now, even if you don't know Zenith, we all know about the A386, which is this absolutely gorgeous watch. Today's one, you may not have seen before, but I'm almost certain there is going to be some brand new admirers out there that want to check this reference out. So without further ado, let's show you the watch, get my wife's thoughts at the end, and let's take you on an El Primero journey. Are you Chrono Master Revival ready? Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the Zenith El Primero Chrono Master Revival A384. And isn't it an absolute thing of beauty? Essentially, it's this tonneau type case, beautifully sculpted out of 316L stainless steel. What is really noticeable straight away is the fact that we don't have a bezel of any sorts, but a gorgeous box dome sapphire. Certainly shows its age, doesn't it? Late 60s, early 70s design. The workmanship on this case is absolutely superb. Amazing polished chamfers. Look at the brushing on the front of the case. Usually you have radial brushing, but this is pushed away from the center of the dial, and it looks absolutely magic. When the lugs angle downwards, we then have polishing. This is an absolutely stunning watch. Wow. Quick spec check. So, it's 37mm in diameter, but don't let that size put you off, because we have a lug to lug of 47mm. The watch is only 12.5mm thick. This is a column wheel chronograph with an automatic rotor attached to the back. That is a phenomenal thickness. The only annoying measurement for me is the lug width. It's 19mm. As I said, box sapphire protecting the dial. The crowns and piston pushers are not screw in, but we do have a screw down sapphire exhibition case back, which gives this watch 100 meters of water resistance. When it comes to the strap, it's a gorgeous luxury leather one, lovely polished tang buckle. It's firm but also soft. This will curve and mold to your wrist. It's beautiful. Okay, let's look at the face. Dial time. And this is one of those dials that on first inspection looks busy but also looks perfect. Black tachymeter scale going around the outside. Then it almost looks like a sandwich white layer that goes on top with these 3 sunken in black subdials. We've got polished, faceted, applied markers, and we have a lovely applied star logo. Baton style hands. Really do love the lollipop red chronograph hand. And you know what? At 4:30, I kind of dig this date window. It's a trapezoid shape, but it almost looks like the top layer's been cut out and then pushed down a bit as we still have the scales on the tachymeter. Such a good look. I don't think I've ever seen that. For me, that's big into his chronographs at the minute. This looks perfection.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
So we got a lume on the hands, lume on the indices. Out of 10, how much does this puppy glow? So, Superluminova, it's there. It's certainly not hugely glowy, but it definitely does a job. So powering this absolute legend of a watch, we have the El Primero Caliber 400. And before I tell you about the specs, let's have a good look at it, shall we? Because this is an actual thing of beauty and why you gotta pay the big bucks. On the bridges, you can see perlaging, which is a Swiss watch decoration technique, and on the skeletonized rotor we've got Côte de Genève striping, also blued screws, and the fact that this is a column wheel chronograph. This is probably the best looking automatic movement I've ever seen in the back of a watch, and this puppy sweeps away at 36,000 beats per hour. I mean, when do I ever get to say that? Anyway, this puppy has 50 hours of power reserve, and to operate it, it's not conventional, because to change the time, you pull out the crown to the first position and the moving of the hands is absolutely phenomenal. And if you pull it out to the last position, you change the date. So definitely very unusual, but changing dates, it's never felt as good as this before. The clicks as it goes to different days. Wow. The other quirky thing with this movement, there's no hacking. The seconds hand doesn't stop. Other than that though, what a beast.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and wow, this is dangerous. Like I said at the start, don't be fooled about the 37mm case. Because we've got a lug-to-lug of 47, this watch wears bigger than it says. Love the strap, so comfortable. I feel like it's already molding to my wrist. The case is absolutely exceptional. The dial is magnificent. Yeah, I want one. So to buy one of these gorgeous A384s new, if you can find it, I think they're around £8,500. BQ are selling this 2025 model for £6,200. Now yes, it's a hell of a lot of money, and most of us are priced out of this. But if you don't want to put your money in a Rolex, Tudor, Omega, this is like the ultimate watch enthusiast's luxury watch. Having any Zenith with the El Primero movement inside just shows what a connoisseur you are in the world of wristwatch horology. No one can turn around and have a look at this watch and say, I don't like it. Not many of you anyway. This is a very special piece, one that if I did have the money, I would most certainly buy, although I'd have a big battle between the A386 and the A384, but what a watch. So here it is, my wife's views on the El Primero Chronomaster Revival. Ha ha ha. I don't mind this. It's busy, but done in a refined way. Wow, yeah. It's not too big, it's not blingy. Quite like the strap, it's all right. There you go. Get your checkbook out. Thank you so much to BQ for sending this in. I'll be slinging this back special delivery. It's on the website right now. Check the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this wonderful lot. But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and crikey, I know I have, check this playlist out. This is just a collection of phenomenal watches over the last few months I've reviewed with BQ, and I guarantee there's going to be one you like. Oh, blimey, what a watch. Lume, that's the trouble with this hobby. There's always another watch, isn't there? Hey, go on, click it. Go on, you'll love it. Click it, click it.